Hi everyone, hope you're all well and making the most of the glorious weather. Okay. Hi everyone, hope you're all well and making the most of the glorious weather. Welcome to the live launch of the Respect FE National Campaign. My name is Maxine Luby. I am President-elect of UCU and also the Chair of the Further Education Committee. It's really great to see so many of you online. But do let us know where you're watching from and tell us why you think it's time to respect FE. Really important. So I don't want to speak for too long, but first and foremost, I'd like to introduce the two people sitting to my right and my left. And they are Paul Bridge, who is Head of Further Education, and Janet Farrer, our immediate past President, FE Tutor in Trade Union Studies. So welcome to those two as well. Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we're going to be doing this evening with regard to the Respect campaign. And as I said, let us know your thoughts and comments. Keep them coming in. And first and foremost, Paul and Janet will be providing an overview of the Respect FE campaign and why now more than ever we need a different kind of further education and what we all need to do to make this happen. But first, to get things started, we've got a message from our General Secretary, Jo Grady. Unfortunately, she's unable to join us live this evening, but sends a message of support and solidarity. So we're going to go straight to that message to Jo.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to everyone who is joining us from wherever you are. I am really, really sorry that I can't be there with you this evening, but I am delighted to send a message of solidarity to launch this important campaign for our union, and specifically for those of you that work in colleges. UCU understands the value of further education. FE benefits everyone, and our colleges play a really crucial role in empowering learners of all ages and backgrounds to realise their potential. But the most important part of any college is you, our amazing college teachers, and our amazing FE staff. So why is that not recognised by your employer or by politicians? Why is that not reflected in your pay packet? And why is it not reflected in the way that you are treated at work? Too often, those in government, they just don't get FE. They don't get our sector. And that is why it's been so neglected and underfunded for decades. Because you know what? A lot of MPs, they don't send their kids to local college. But this year, we know there is money in the system for FE. But we also know, left to their own devices, your employers, college bosses, will choose to invest that money in vanity projects, maybe even on their own salaries, rather than give you the pay you deserve and improve your working conditions. That's why this campaign is so important. And that's why so many of you backed the union in the Respect FE e-ballot in the spring. Over 1,000 of you have already signed the campaign pledge, setting out our positive vision for a new kind of further education and tackling the key issues of pay and workload. But we also want to change how the sector is run. For the FE unions, this is to be treated as partners and respected as the recognised voice of staff. This means we need a binding national bargaining agreement. We hope employers will engage with our positive campaign and commit to sign our pledge to improve the sector. But unfortunately, last year's campaign shows it's often only when faced with industrial action that college management invest in their staff. So we are preparing for an autumn ballot. Beating the anti-union ballot threshold is the only way to challenge our employers by getting the biggest vote out ever possible in our campaign in FE. Members and reps really pulled it out of the bag in the spring consultation with 51% turnout. We need to do even better in this ballot campaign if we are to deliver a threshold that beats that Tory law. The stakes are high, but you have my absolute support and solidarity. and the National Union is with you all the way. So enjoy the rest of this event, and then tomorrow, take everything that you've heard this evening and go and get involved. Build the pledge, help your local branch, and prepare for the most crucial ballot to ever happen in FE for many, many years to open. UCU and proud. Hi, everyone.
Okay, that's a message from our General Secretary, Joe Grady, sending thoughts and support and messages of solidarity. Before we go into what the FE Respect campaign is about, I'm just going to read out a couple of messages, a couple of shout outs. So we've got a hello from Michelle from Eastbourne. So hi, Michelle. And solidarity from Marco at West London College. So do keep those messages coming in. Again, thank you to the General Secretary for those words of encouragement. We do know that FE is in our hands. It's the members who will make this campaign what it needs to be, the biggest and the best campaign we've ever launched in FE. So hopefully, after you've heard from the two speakers, Paul and Janet, it will give you an idea of what we need to do to make sure that happens. Okay, so over to the campaign now. The campaign, as you know, is called Respect FE, because as we know, in FE, we have very little professional respect. The respect is not shown in our wage packet or the contributions that we make to the local economy and also the communities we work and live. So just to give you an overview of the campaign and how that will be shaping over the next couple of months, I'm going to bring in Paul Bridge, who's Head of Further Education, who's going to talk through the campaign stages and what we now need to do. And I say we because it is we, that includes me, what we now need to do to make sure we win those ballots, we get out there and we fight for the life and soul of FE. So over to you, Paul. Thank you.
Thanks, Maxine, and good evening, everyone. I'm going to talk to you about the aims of this campaign and break it down into its component parts. And this is an unashamedly bold and ambitious campaign. This campaign is going to build towards the biggest ever coordinated national action we've had in the sector for many, many years, with the specific aim of shifting employers, the Association of Colleges, and also the UK government in the form of the DFE into a new settlement framework for the sector that benefits staff and our members. We are bold and we're ambitious. There are three key phases to the campaign. The first one is the pledge, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the pledge in a minute. The next one is getting branches, you, our reps, our core activists, ballot ready to be prepared for the next phase, phase 3, which is getting the vote out and winning the ballots. Phase 1 we're in now. So June will be about building and developing the pledge. The pledge is based on the 4 key demands that UCU submitted as part of the Joint Trade Union claim with the employers this year. It's about inflation-linked pay rises. It's about manageable workloads and agreements at a national level to manage those workloads. It's about a different kind of bargaining arrangement, different kinds of negotiations that are binding in the sector. And thirdly, it's about a just transition commission to deal with the climate crisis. We've had over 1,000, as the General Secretary said, over 1,000 members have signed the pledge so far. It's an excellent start. At branch level, the pledge can be used to focus activities linked to putting pressure on your employer that in turn puts pressure on the AOC and in turn puts pressure on the DFE. This is a joined up campaign for a different type of further education. We want to encourage branches to organise around the pledge and get your employees to sign the pledge and get others to sign the pledge and make as much noise as possible around it. We want a new settlement for FE, and the first step that we take is both at local leading into national level changes. We're going to campaign hard around this pledge. It's a really useful first step. For the second stage of our campaign, the July-August phase, is to invest in branches and train branches around additional resources, organising and building for the ballot. It's a big task. And to help you do that, we've pulled together a checklist, and that checklist was circulated to branches last week. Please look at your inbox for that. It's got some step-by-step guides to how we can better promote the campaign and better organised branches to get you ready for the ballot that's going to be building into September. We're also rolling out a new reps training program linked to both the pledge, both to getting ballot ready, tidying up your membership database, and all those important building blocks that we need to put in place before we move into the next phase, which is getting the vote out phase in September. Critically important that as we go into September, you've done all the ballot ready prep, the checklists are in place, the membership's tidied up, the campaign is in full swing, and so we can move into national lobbying, national campaigning, national level activities that really promote what we're about in regards to this campaign. There will be a social media activity across the piece. There'll be lots of engagement with branches online and in person, and it'll be a joined up end-to-end process, which is firmly about a different type of FE, respecting you as professionals on the ground and getting you the pay and the other terms and conditions that you so richly deserve. So we have huge potential. We have a huge plan of work in front of us, but I am confident that working together, we can achieve our aspirations and our campaign.
Thank you so much, Paul. And I think the key words there is working together. I know that most of us will be going off with summer leave, which is great. We all deserve that and we need that desperately. But when we come back, that's the time when we need to start working collectively together to make sure that we start building on this campaign. I'm just going to do another couple more shout outs from people online. So we've got Darryl from Liverpool, who says FE needs respect because our community rely on colleges to teach the skills that learners need to get on in life. Absolutely. And Matt from Cornwall sends solidarity. And Richard from London says all out together. So shout out to everybody who's online. Yeah, it speaks for itself. This is a campaign where it means that we've all got to pull together and do that work to get the results that we need. So thanks for everybody online. And for those comments, please keep them coming. Just moving on, a bit more information about the campaign itself. And don't be too worried if we've not answered all the questions that you have. There'll be training and development that we'll be rolling out over the period. And we're always available to answer members' questions and queries. And again, we'll be doing some briefings as well to support members through that. But that's enough from me. I'm going to now hand over to Janet, who's going to give you some more information about the campaign and what we need to do to make sure we get the vote out and get the results we need. Thanks, Janet.
Thank you so much, Maxine, and good evening, everyone. Really nice to be back here. And I want to just talk a little bit about how important it is that our members all get involved. We need every single one of you to get involved in this campaign, especially in the first phase, which handily got here, the pledge, which is going to be shared. The link is going to be shared on the screen, and Paul mentioned it, but as a kind of starting point, it's really, really important that as many people as possible sign the pledge and share it widely. And just to be clear, it's not just FE members, because the whole point of this campaign, and if we're going to get to where the General Secretary and Maxine have talked about, we've got to get our communities involved. We've got to get everyone on board. So, share it with your friends, your family, your neighbours, the lollipop man, the sandwich artist, whoever you can find, get it shared with them. And because we want to send a really clear message to our employers, it's going to be loud, it's going to be clear, and it's going to be every single one of us standing together behind this pledge and behind this campaign. We want to show them that we are serious about a decent pay rise. We can't go on like this. We need sustainable workloads, because we're not going to have anyone left in FE to be teaching in the classroom or working elsewhere in the college. We cannot go on like this. We won't go on like this. We need meaningful and binding national bargaining in FE, not the kind of current model, the recommendation model that lets our employers off the hook, frankly. And Paul mentioned it, we want a Just Transition Commission for FE to play our part, in addressing the climate crisis. So that's the first phase. It's really important. Get signing, get sharing, and use it as an opportunity to talk to people about FE and talk to people about what we do in FE and why it's so important to those communities that Maxine mentioned. So I'm really excited about this. I know everyone else is too. So yeah, get stuck in. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thanks, Janet, for that. Yeah, and it goes back to what Darryl was saying about our communities rely on colleges. Yeah, we are community resource. You know, we feed the local economy. We do so much. We give people second chances, all those things. It's about time that was recognised. As part of the campaign, we have got, and I know people like merchandise, we have got a load of new merchandise come in. I'm going to hold one up, one that was prepared earlier. Get them on your staff room walls and doors. It also has a QR code with the pledge so that people can literally scan the QR code and sign the pledge, but try and get everybody that you know to sign it, your mother, your father, sister, brother, friend, colleague, whoever, get them to sign to show their support for what we're trying to achieve in FE. So in wrapping up, just want to say, please do enjoy the summer holidays. Me more than anybody, and Janet as well, who works in FE, knows how hard it is at this time of the year and how drained we are. So please do enjoy your summer holiday and come back and renewed and refreshed in the knowledge that we are here to change things in FE now, and that's up to us, and we can do it, but we need to do that collectively. So before I leave, I just want to say a couple of thank yous. I want to say thank you to all the staff for making this happen behind the scenes that you don't see, but we do. And also thank you to all the chairs, the branch secretaries, the reps, the members, everybody who works tirelessly to make the changes for our members. And that doesn't often get acknowledged, but I'm acknowledging it. You know, I know how hard the reps work in colleges to make those changes and how those wins come about. So a massive thank you to all of you out there as well. And remember, this is our FE, and it's only with your support we can see a difference in FE. An FE that is fit for purpose and recognises our value and our worth. So get involved, sign and share the pledge, and help get the vote out come the autumn. So thank you very much to everybody who's joined us. Start sharing that pledge tonight while you're watching television, and hope to see you all very soon. Thank you.